Hi, and welcome to this tutorial on the components of the linear accelerator. By the time you finish this module, you should be able to identify the major components of the linear accelerator, explain what each of those components do, explain why it's important for a radiation therapist to know the components and what they do, and you should be able to describe the creation of an electron beam for the treatment of a patient as well as an X-ray beam. So let's get started. Okay, I know who you are, but would you please introduce yourself to our students?
Absolutely. Hi, my name is Ivy Robinson. I am the Associate Director for Radiation Therapy Services and am responsible for all of the hiring for radiation therapy staff across all of our campuses.
Thanks, Ivy. Hey, I have a question for you. Why do you think it's important for a radiation therapist to understand all the components of a linear accelerator and what they do?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's really important, number one, because it's part of our scope of practice, right? And then secondly, if you're going to be working with a treatment machine, you need to know the components and how they work. You need to be able to troubleshoot anytime there's problems with the equipment. So it's very important that we have a good understanding of how the equipment is supposed to function, so that if anything goes wrong, we can take the appropriate steps to make sure that we get the machine to work properly.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ivy. I appreciate your time.
Absolutely, anytime.
It's important to understand that different manufactured equipment may look a little bit different on the outside. However, for the most part, in the inside, they work the same. It's similar to driving a car. Whether you drive a BMW or a Ford, the functions are pretty much the same. There may be some dials or controls in different areas of the car, but for the most part, if you can drive a car, you can drive any type of car. For this tutorial, we'll be looking at a Varian 2100C. Let's begin by identifying the major components of the linear accelerator. The large section referred to as the gantry contains many of the important components in creating an electron and X-ray or photon beam. The gantry will rotate 180 degrees to the right or the left, essentially placing the head of the gantry 180 degrees from the location seen in this photograph. Inferior to the head of the gantry is the section called the collimator. Like the gantry, the collimator can rotate 360 degrees. In this photograph, you can see the gantry rotated to the right. The stand is located directly posterior to the gantry and houses essential components in making therapeutic treatment beams. Please note the location of the axis in which the gantry rotates. This is a pivotal part of the equipment, as you will learn later. Yes, the pun was intended. Directly inferior to the collimator is the accessory holder. This device can be removed when necessary. In this photo, you can see the pendant. This allows the radiation therapist to control the equipment and move it into the position that is optimum for treatment. The patient support assembly can also be referred to as the treatment couch, the treatment table, or the PSA. The tabletop on the treatment couch may be multifunctional. What this means is that you may be able to adjust the couch to change the patient's roll or their pitch. The PSA is able to move up and down, left and right, and it's able to rotate around the gantry, about 180 degrees, sometimes a little more. Now we will look into the accelerator to determine how the electron and radiation therapy beams are made.